Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to Vineland High School for another year of VHS athletics. I'm Mike Schneider with VPS Broadcasting, and we've got some girls soccer action on tap for you this afternoon as Vineland hosts Delsea in an interconference matchup between Cape Atlantic League and Tri-County Conference teams. We are joining you a couple of minutes into the action here as we had to move fields. The Vineland varsity soccer field had some water drainage issues, so the game was moved up to the JV field, and we're just getting set up here. Delsea is leading 1-0 as we join. Freshman Peyton Gilmore put one in the back of the net for the Crusaders about a minute into the game. Vineland enters this game with a record of 0-3, looking for their first win on the season, and also hoping to give the Crusaders their first loss as Delsea comes into the game 4-0. At Vineland's Nicole Ortega in pursuit of that ball on the far sideline. And we will have a throw for Vineland coming up. Two halves in high school soccer. It's Vineland's Gabriela Perez trying to pressure the Crusader defense there, but not able to create a scoring opportunity. Delsea now set for the counterattack. And a throw here for the Crusaders. Looks like Delsea called for offsides there. Offsides in soccer, for those viewing not aware, the forward-most offensive player cannot be behind the last defender before the ball, or before the ball leaves the foot of teammate passing. Perez here battling. She's going to reverse field. And we'll have another offside on Delsea. Number 20 for Vineland, Sierra Rivera. Going to put this one back in play. She'll send it deep down into the Delsea zone, but headed away. Vineland unable to control that one. Have a pass ahead here for Delsea, but they are just a tad offside again. So the Crusaders putting a lot of pressure on the Vineland defense in the opening minutes of this game. Delsea's going to get a nice ball sent down there, but just a little bit too far to the sideline. Crusader forward unable to track it down, so a throw here for Vineland. Number 20, Megan Master for Delsea possessing the ball. She'll drop back. Delsea unable to control that. Another throw here for the Fighting Clan. It's number 31, Isabella Cruz, with the throw for Vineland, but Delsea quickly regaining possession. Ortega in pursuit of the ball for the Fighting Clan. Dropping off to Rivera. Rivera able to get it away, but Delsea has a midfielder and the throw coming here for the Crusaders. Delsea here with another chance. They'll be looking for a cross. Now maybe just a shot. Shot on goal, and the save is made. But maybe another shot here coming for Delsea. It's number 11, Brianna Russo. And it looks like the Delsea forward offside again. Looking to receive that pass from Russo. 1-0 Delsea still here in the first half. Again, if you're joining us late, you might be curious why a varsity soccer game taking place on the JV field here. We had some water drainage issues down on the varsity field and made a last-minute change of venue to come on up here. Number 9 for Delsea, Peyton Gilmore, scored the Crusaders' goal earlier. There's a cross, and it's going to go over the goal and out of the back line, so goal kick coming here for the Fighting Clan. Ball found the foot of number 6, Catherine Scanlon. Had a nice touch over to the sideline for one of her teammates. Vineland unable to maintain possession, though. Vineland losing control of the ball in the midfield. Delsea going to look to get an attack here, but they are offside again. So Delsea certainly very aggressive on the attack. They have been narrowly offside on a couple different occasions already, but certainly continuing to put pressure on the Vineland defense, looking to build on that 1-goal lead. Rivera with a deep kick, unable to find one of her teammates, though. This is Russo taking the ball up for Delsea. Had to wait for one of her teammates to get back on side there, and Vineland able to recover. A little bit of a collision there in the midfield. This is Russo again for Delsea. And Vineland will have a throw. Neither team doing too much in the way of possessing the ball so far in this game. Delsea's been able to get some forward attacks going. One of those ending up in a goal. Really, it had to have been less than a minute in. We don't have access to the referee's the referee's clock here in high school soccer. The referees actually keep the time on the field. But Delsea's first goal, as we were getting ourselves set up here, was extremely early into the game. Within the first couple of minutes, we have another shot on goal here for the Crusaders. Cruz stepping in there for Vineland. This is number 1, Haley Kahana for Delsea, and she's going to send a cross, and that's going to get over the head of the Vineland goalkeeper into the far post and into the back of the net. And Delsea now leads 2-0. Not sure if she meant for that to be a cross or a shot, but either way, she scores from deep in an extremely well-placed ball. Vineland sending one deep, but easily controlled by the Delsea keeper, Allison Gebhardt. Good through ball there from Delsea's Brianna Russo. Her forward teammate jumped the gun a little bit, making her run though, and was caught offside again. And the Vineland defenders can continue using that to their advantage. It is difficult to defend against a team as aggressive as Delsea, but the Vineland defenders can, as Vineland's going to send one down in here, and it looks like Isabella Fiorenza is going to get a chance to take a shot on goal, but that was a difficult volley on a high bouncing ball, and she's not able to get a ton of power behind that kick. But as I was saying on those offside calls, experienced defensive players see forwards who are really aggressive and trying to make those runs. They will continue pushing up farther and farther toward midfield, making it a lot more difficult for the forwards to stay onside. Of course, the trade-off is that if they are disciplined enough to stay onside, and we're going to have here, look like that Delsea number 14, no, it wasn't number 14, it was number 15, Cassidy McElrain, looked like she thought she may have been offside and wasn't called. And we're going to have a throw here for the Crusaders. So Delsea, nice flick header there by Gilmore. One of the parents over on this side of the field informed me that Gilmore is a freshman, as Gabby Perez from Vineland taking a ball away there, and she is tripped up there on a legal tackle by a Delsea defender. As I was saying, though, Gilmore, a freshman for Delsea, but certainly have been a factor so far in this game. Of course, scoring her one goal and being part of several Delsea scoring threats since. Nice ball served in there from Sierra Rivera. Vineland not able to get a shot on goal. And Vineland making a substitution. Looks like Cruz subbing out, and number 1, Isabella Negron, coming in. Throw there for Vineland, and they're going to get the ball through. Perez is going to be able to get that one. That was a Little bit of a slip up there, as Perez will get credit for Vineland's first goal of the game, cutting the Crusaders' lead in half. Looked like Gebhardt came out challenging that ball, and not sure if she got shielded by one of her own players or there was a lot going on down there, but the ball does squeak by her, and Perez able to put it in the back of the net. So Delsea now leading 2-1. Vineland able to get one back and caught a bit of a break there, so hopefully they can capitalize on it. Their field is reversed by the Fighting Clan. Negron trying to battle for position with a Crusader midfielder. And Delsea loses possession out of bounds, so we will have another throw for Vineland. Melanie Valise making the throw for the Fighting Clan. You see the last couple of minutes here, Vineland doing a little bit of a better job keeping the action on Delsea's half of the field. There's going to be a nice through there sent in. That was Gilmore again, and she's got a forward on the far side. Ortega able to get in there and prevent a clean cross. We'll see if Vineland can get the counterattack going. This is number 14, Isabella Fiorenza, trying to find a teammate on the far sideline, but unable to do so. Delsea now looking for the counter, and they're going to have a free run. This is almost a one-on-one. This is number 20, and Delsea will get the goal. That was number 20, Megan Master, sending a cross in front of the net, and the goal finished off by number 15, Cassidy McElrain. So Vineland able to get on the board, but the Crusaders get that goal right back and regain their 2-goal lead. 3-1 Delsea, and we are probably about a third of the way through the first half. Starting to get slightly breezy out here. And that's going to be an offside call on the Crusaders. So again, Vineland doing a nice job, their defenders, of pushing up toward the midfield and catching Delsea offside. Otherwise, the Crusaders probably could have had another goal or two. They had a couple of nice runs down the sideline earlier in the half. The throw coming here for Vineland's Nicole Ortega. She was looking for Julia Pikelko, unable to find her. This is Sarah Parks. Rivera doing a nice job deflecting that. Perez is going to be able to make a run, and Gebhardt comes out for Delsea to control that. Perez looking through the middle for Fiorenza. Delsea defender able to get up there and send it away. Vineland has shown some flashes here of being able to create scoring opportunities. Just be a matter from here on out of being able to capitalize, though, and stay within striking distance in this game. And We're going to have a flick there from the Crusaders. McCurlane from Delsea was making the run again, but not able to get there before Vineland's keeper. We're going to have a shot there that just skims off the far post. As I was saying there, McCurlane looking to make a run there, but not able to get to the ball before Vineland goalkeeper Bailey Dickinson got out and controlled it. And we're going to have an offside call there on Delsea. McCurlane making a run up the far sideline for Delsea. She will look to cross into the middle. She's able to sidestep by Ortega and send it into the middle, but a little bit far away from the net. Vineland will look to try and counter here. If they can get it away first, Rivera is going to be able to. And Fiorenza is going to punch one over the heads of the Delsea defense. And this is Gilmore. She is onside. She's going to have a free run at the keeper. We'll see if she can finish it, and she does, as Delsea pushes ahead 4-1. That is Gilmore's second goal of the game. Extremely well-timed run on that one from Gilmore, just barely onside, getting herself a breakaway opportunity. And that's an incredibly difficult position for a goalkeeper to be in soccer. One-on-one, especially if you're dealing with a forward who knows how to finish, as Gilmore seems like she does know how to do. And we're going to have another one-on-one opportunity here. Dickinson coming out, trying to contend, not able to stop McCurlane, who scores Delsea's 5th goal of the game. Five to 1, Delsea leading here in the first half of this interconference girls soccer game. Vineland competes in the Cape Atlantic League American Conference, as they're going to have a ball crossed there. Perez was looking for number 1, Isabella Negron, but Delsea goalkeeper Gebhardt able to get out there and stop that scoring threat in its tracks. As I was saying, Vineland competes in the Cape Atlantic League American Conference, while Delsea competes in the Tri-County Conference. But these two schools very close. Franklinville, one town over, as Perez is going to try to make another run. And battling there. She's going to have a nice cross there from Perez, but a Delsea defender able to get a head on it and flick it away. That was a really well-placed ball. And Delsea looking to make another run. Parks coming back, and nice job by Parks to slow the Delsea attack until her defense can recover. But Delsea's Janet McCarty continues pressuring and earns a corner kick for the Crusaders. Corner kicks among the most dangerous scoring opportunities for offensive teams. Well sent right, a nice flick there. That's going to get in. That was a nicely placed ball by Madison Mace. And she found number 1, Haley Kahana, coming across the field. Kahana able to get a one-touch volley on it. And she had a Vineland defender right on her tail. It was actually really difficult just to even get that shot on the goal, but she's able to get it in there as Delsea now leads 6-1. That was Kahana's second goal of the game. Vineland will be looking to sort of just hang in there right now to halftime until till the coaching staff can get the girls together and sort of get regrouped and refocused for the second half. And what they're going to be looking to do from here on out is really just try to shore up their play, and Delsea's going to have another cross there, and that goal scored by number 6, Riley Hunsinger, to give Delsea a 7-1 lead. We'll see if Vineland can get regrouped here. Really, from this point, they're going to be looking to feel good about the way they play from here on out. Soccer, coming back from a 7-1 deficit, is, certainly a tall task to say the least. But that doesn't mean they can't focus on getting themselves together here, playing well as a unit, and continuing to improve, using this game as an opportunity to improve against a very good opponent. And as we said as we entered the game, Sierra Rivera there looking for a service toward the Delsea net. As we said, we're opening the game here. Delsea does enter undefeated. They are 4-0. Well on their way not only to the South Jersey sectional tournament, but the way they are going, an opportunity at a high seed and some home games. Ortega takes a spill there, and Delsea will be looking for another cross. Not quite able to get solid footing on that one. But this is Kahana pressing up here. And out on Delsea. So a throw coming for the Fighting Clan. And Perez looking to make a run down the sideline, possessing nicely, sending it into the middle, but Delsea had the numbers back. and able to punch that one away. And then off on the far side out of Vineland, so Delsea with a throw. This is number 11, Brianna Russo, sending a cross in there for the Crusaders. Perez now looking to make a run. Little bit of a miscue there by Kahana. Perez see if she can capitalize on it. Gonna send another one there to Isabella Fiorenza, but not able to. Been pretty difficult to possess that ball up by her chest. Cruz now trying to hold off McCarty. Fiorenza gets back to interrupt that. That ball sent down. And Perez going to run out of room before Gebhardt can get out. And Delsea will be looking here. We have another opportunity for a cross. That one's going to be a little bit strong, and Delsea not able to keep it. I have to make a quick correction. That last goal for Delsea was not Kahana. It was number 7, I am pretty sure, Victoria Hassett. Again, you are watching VPS Broadcasting. Our VPS Broadcasting crew does a fantastic job as we're going to have another cross here from Russo, and Delsea's going to have an opportunity here to, thought they were going to maybe get a shot on goal there, but unable to do so. They're going to have a throw, however. Pretty sure Vineland, Perez coming through right there. Actually caught the Delsea defense sleeping a little bit, but Crusaders able to recover. Perez going to try to take a rip there, and that's actually going to go out off of a Delsea defender out of the back line. So Vineland's going to get a corner kick and a scoring opportunity out of this. As I was saying a few seconds ago, our VPS crew does an outstanding job of highlighting not just our student athletes, but our students and our schools in general, covering not just athletic events, but other events as well. Concert performances, theatrical performances, so on and so forth. There's a cross sent in there. Vineland had a chance at a header. It's a little bit too high. And Ortega trying to send one back down, but that will be right into the waiting arms of Gebhardt. And we're going to have an offside. Oh, maybe not. I thought we were going to have an offside, but no. Isabella Cruz now battling McCarty for position. We're going to have a throw coming for the Crusaders. McCarty with the cross. And that will be out on Vineland, and another Delsea throw. Kahana sending down into the corner. It's to Hunsinger, and a throw for the Fighting Clan. Cruz looking for Fiorenza. That's going to be flicked on. We'll see if Perez can stay behind the Delsea defense now. She's going to have a shot on. Actually, a really nice cross there. She had, I think that might have been number 16, Amy Antonio, making a run at the far post. So the idea was there. Just sent that a little bit too far ahead. This is Russo for Delsea. And she will send it ahead there to Tressa Beener. Beener battling Catherine Scanlon down in the corner for possession. And we are going to have a call in the favor of Vineland there, out on Delsea. And we are nearing the end of the first half of this interconference girls soccer match between Vineland and Delsea. It has unfortunately been all Crusaders here in the first half as they lead 7-1. Antonio looking for Fiorenza, finds her. Fiorenza pushing it up the sideline, and she tries to drop it off to Julia Pikelko. And we're going to have another run here for Delsea. This is Hunsinger. She was onside, and she's going to try to take a shot there. Doesn't get everything on it, and Dickinson able to control the shot. We're going to have a brief stoppage here from the referee. Looks like, not sure if I thought Cruz went down to tie her shoe, but it looks like maybe not sure what's going on. The referee now is calling for the Vineland coach. So at first he told Vineland coach Jamie Ardito to stay over to the side. So not sure what's going on here. So she's walking fine. But that could have been any number of things. So the important thing is that she is walking off the field and appears to be okay. See if Vineland can maybe get one here before the half is over and maybe regain a little bit of confidence. Delsea continuing to possess the ball. And this is the end of the first half. So we are halfway finished this game. Delsea leading Vineland 7-1. We're going to step away for a couple of minutes while the teams take a break and get regrouped, and we will be back with the second half in just a little bit. Okay, folks, welcome back here to Vineland High School. We are getting set to begin the second half of this interconference girls soccer game between Vineland and Delsea. I'm Mike Schneider again. You're watching VPS Broadcasting. The first half was, unfortunately for the Fighting Clan faithful, pretty much all Delsea. The Crusaders jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. And after Vineland's Gabriela Perez got the Fighting Clan on the board and cut the deficit to 2-1, the Crusaders reeled off 5 consecutive goals to take a 7-1 lead into halftime, and that's where we stand right now. If you're just joining us, you may see that this varsity soccer game is being played on Vineland's JV field. We had some water drainage issues down at the varsity field, and in order to assure player safety, the administration and coaches agreed to move the game up to the JV field. So we'll see how Vineland responds to start the second half here. We talked a little bit during the first half that Vineland would almost certainly be focusing on really on feeling good about how they play for this second half. Coming back from a 7-1 deficit in a soccer game certainly is not a realistic goal. Stranger things have happened. If you reel off a couple of goals early in the half, then you can start talking comeback. But the focus here is definitely going to be on playing solid soccer for the next 40 some odd minutes. And just really trying to come away feeling, feeling better when this game is over than they did at the end of the first half. Games like these can be really great growing experiences for, for a team that might be struggling a little bit, and definitely can build a lot of character. When you're in a situation like this and you have to play still an entire second half, knowing that a win is probably not in the cards, you really got to dig deep and play for pride, play for your school and your teammates and your coaches. And it'd be nice to see Vineland do that and battle here for the rest of the way. We should also note, too, something that I neglected to mention in the first half, that Vineland is without, I'm counting that as why you have the silence there, it looks like 6 ordinary, if not starters, players that would be getting varsity time with injuries. So Vineland coming into this game short-handed already against a solid opponent. Something else to look for too is that Vineland may have the opportunity to really work on possession and try to create some scoring opportunities. With a 7-1 lead, I expect that Delsea is not going to really worry about putting a ton of extra pressure on the Vineland defense. Um, More likely than not, will work on possession themselves, sort of just try to lean on this big lead for the rest of the game, and likely toward the middle to the end of the second half here, maybe even give some of their younger, more inexperienced players some varsity time here. But we will see how it plays out, as Delsea is going to have a little opportunity to make a run here. That was Rivera for Vineland challenging. And we're going to have a cross here from Delsea. Oh, it's off the crossbar. That almost went over the back of the net and out. That almost went in as well. Sort of caught everybody off guard there. Vineland battling to regain possession. That is number 4, Sarah Parks. Melanie Valise now stepping in. Another cross from Delsea, but not able to find a teammate. And this is Catherine Scanlon for the Fighting Clan. She was looking for Pekelko. Pekelko able to push the ball forward there, but nothing but red jerseys in front of her. Again, Vineland in the white jerseys and Delsea in the red and black. This is Perez. She's going to try to cut back real quick and send one to the far sideline to Amy Antonio. And Vineland making a little bit of a run here, but not able to create a scoring opportunity on that play. Field reversed by Delsea. That was Tressa Beener for the Crusaders, hustling over to try to keep the ball in play, unable to quite get there. We're going to have a through ball sent there by Delsea. Ball sent down into the Crusaders' end by Sierra Rivera. Vineland unable to hold possession there. And it looks like, do we maybe have a handball called there? Possibly. So a little through ball there sent by Delsea's number 11, Brianna Russo. I believe she was looking for number 10, Kayla Decasari. Decasari unable to corral that ball though. Another cross there for the Crusaders. And it looks like we are, oh, we have a throw here for Delsea. Parks and Valise trying to regain possession. They kick it away. The Crusaders will get another throw. Russo with a through ball to Decasari, and the cross. Thought that might find the net, but it is over the goal, and Vineland will regain possession. This is Fiorenza for Vineland. See if she can move the ball up the sideline. A little bit of a decent cross there, looking for Perez. A little bit too far in front, and Crusaders goalkeeper Gebhardt able to control it. Parks getting back, trying to turn upfield. Knocked away by the Crusaders. And a throw coming here for Melanie Valise. We'll be back in action here in just a couple of days. Coming to you from the Spring and Maple complex here in Vineland as the Fighting Clan girls and boys soccer teams host rival Millville. We'll have both of those games for you on Wednesday night. And we are going to have, that was a decent battle down there, as it was Vineland's keeper, Bailey Dickinson, just able to keep that ball out of the net. She was jostling for position down there with Russo. And that'll be kicked out by the Fighting Clan, and Delsea will have another throw. Decasari with the cross. Flicked away by Rivera. Russo will send it back out. Decasari looking for the cross again, a little bit too low. Fiorenza controlling it for Vineland, but unable to keep the ball in play, and possession back for Delsea. Throw there from number 14, Hannah Patrignani, and a familiar face as she was on Vineland's team last year. And Perez looking to navigate through a couple of Delsea defenders, and a nice drop off there to Scanlon. Scanlon then sends the ball up for Perez to make a run, and a little bit too much power on the pass, as Perez unable to run that one down. But Delsea turning over possession. This is Pekelko, and she will look to push it ahead to Perez. Perez trying to turn the corner on the Delsea defender, but not able to do so. Delsea kicking it out, and Vineland will have a throw. Perez's throw. Finds Fiorenza. And Parks dropping it back to Rivera. Oh, Rivera was looking to try and send that one up. Taken away, though, by Brianna Russo. Russo going up into the corner, sends the cross. No Crusaders on the far post, though. Kicked out there by Delsea, so Vineland certainly continuing to battle. That's a good sign that the kids are not giving up. Continuing to press forward and see if they can get back in this thing. This is Antonio. Looking for Pekelko in the middle of the field, unable to find her though. Delsea regaining possession, but losing it out of bounds. We should have a throw for the Fighting Clan. Unless that was knocked away by a Vineland player, I'm not sure. And no, it will be a Vineland throw. Valise to throw, looking for Scanlon. Scanlon dropping back to Valise, and the ball sent up to Perez. And again, really good idea there. The design is right, just not able to quite get those passes exactly where they need to be. Another throw here for the Crusaders. Ortega gets a head on it, so does Pekelko, sending it back up forward for the Fighting Clan. Antonio trying to get that turned around toward the Delsea goal, but unable to do so. Now we have Rivera for Vineland battling Russo for position. Russo able to turn the corner. She'll be looking to cross. This is Amy Antonio sending it up again for Vineland. Delsea's defenders have been really good so far today. A lot of times the defenders have to make a lot of one-touch plays. They don't really have a lot of time to try to, stop a scoring opportunity, settle, possess the ball, and find someone to pass to. A lot of times they have to come up and challenge a defender and know exactly where they're going to send it on one touch. And we're going to have a cross there coming in. That was number 11, Russo, for Delsea, coming in for that header. looks like they're going to have a look at her. Vineland athletic trainers making their way out onto the field. She took a little bit of a tumble there as she was charging in for that cross, and she tumbled forward, so she might have hit her head a little bit. A lot of this is probably precautionary. Looks like she's okay. Good news for the Crusaders. Wouldn't be surprised if that is the end of her afternoon, though. 7-1 lead, and I'd imagine she'll probably get to rest the rest of this game. We're probably about midway through the second half here. Second half has been scoreless. Delsea still leading 7-1. Of course, I'm going to assume that Delsea's game plan has probably been a little bit more about possession and trying to ride this lead out. But Vineland continuing to battle. I pointed that out a few minutes ago, and it's definitely worth mentioning again. The Vineland girls, despite this deficit, really continuing to work. While the Vineland coaching staff certainly less than pleased with the score in this game, I'm sure they have to be somewhat encouraged to see their players not moping around on the field. Because a lot of high school athletes, that's exactly what they would be doing right now. Hopefully this work can pay off in the form of a goal or two before this thing is said and done. That was Pakelko looking for a push ahead there, but Delsea now regaining control. We're going to have a cross in front of the net. So Ortega got tangled up with Kahana from Delsea, and they both went tumbling down, but referee deciding it is incidental contact and letting them play on. That one's going to be sent out by the Crusaders, and another throw coming here for the Fighting Clan. So Vineland will get a throw here. On Delsea side of the field, we'll see if they can get themselves a scoring opportunity here. Scanlon taking it away there. Now Perez, and she's going to take a long shot, and that one's going to find the back of the net. What a shot by Vineland's Gabriela Perez, her second goal of the game. So a really nice shot there by Vineland's Gabriela Perez. And, you know, when you're struggling to create scoring opportunities against a tough team like this, and even when you're outside the box like that, if you get some room to take a rip, why not? Pays off there, well-placed ball. Delsea keeper playing the near post. And Perez getting that one sort over her head into the back of the net. 7-2, Delsea leading Vineland here in the second half. Throw here from Ortega. We're going to have a trip there against Vineland. Parks down there. And Vineland will regain possession. And Rivera going to send that one up toward the midfield. Fiorenza with the flick. And that's going to be out on Delsea. So Vineland with a throw. Dickinson looking for Ortega. McCarty there to challenge. Ortega's going to not be able to keep McCarty from possessing the ball, but then gets it back. And McCarty's going to trip Ortega up there, and Vineland will regain possession. There, Perez pressuring, and not able to navigate the Delsea defenders. This is Patrick Nani for Delsea, looking to send that one into the middle of the field. Finds a teammate, but they kind of cross each other up. Antonio's going to take possession, trying to send that one upfield for Perez to make a run, but putting a little bit too much on it, and Gebhardt will corral that one for Delsea. Punt toward the middle of the field. Valise able to get a body on it. This is Parks. This is Rivera stepping in nicely there on a Delsea defender. Bit of a tangle up there. And that's going to be kicked out by the Crusaders, and Vineland with another throw. Again, you're watching VPS Broadcasting's production of this high school soccer game between Vineland and Delsea. We are about midway through the second half. Delsea leading Vineland 7-2. Gabriela Perez has recorded both goals for the Fighting Clan as Delsea regains the 6-goal lead with a goal there by number 1, Haley Kahana. No, I don't think that was her. That was number... That might have been the same mistake I made earlier. That was number 7, I believe. Victoria Hassett. That was the same mistake I made earlier. That's her second goal of the game. Delsea now leading 8-2. Kelko sends that one up toward the Delsea goal, but right to Gebhardt. An offsides called there against the Crusaders. Rivera will send that one. But Delsea regaining control. Good through ball there by Delsea, but Ortega able to get over and knock it out. McCarty in pursuit for the Crusaders. And we will have another throw here for the Fighting Clan. That was Hassett crossing. And that will be the end of the game. Delsea winning by a final score of 8-2. Vineland dropping to a record of 0-4 on the season and will still be in search of their first win against Millville on Wednesday night. The Crusaders advancing to 5-0. Really good start to the season for them. Want to make sure to thank our VPS broadcasting crew for today's game: Doug Diola, Mark McGill, and Andrew Ellis. Also want to make sure to invite you to check in with us on Wednesday night. come out to the Joseph Romano complex at Spring and Maple here in Vineland for a doubleheader soccer action between Vineland and Millville. Uh, I don't remember exactly the order between boys and girls. I do know that the first game starts at 5 and the second game starts at 7. So come on out and support Vineland. And if you're not able to, make sure you check in on the VPS broadcasting channel on YouTube to be able to check out not just those two games, but all of the all of the Vineland athletics action posted up there on the site. One more time, I am Mike Schneider with VPS Broadcasting. Thanks for checking in, and we will see you next time.